Huge chunks of ice break off Canadian ice shelf. Huge sheets of ice totaling almost 8 square miles broke off an ice shelf in the Canadian Arctic last week. And more, much more, could follow later this year, scientists have said. In a development consistent with climate change theories, the enormous icy plain broke free sometime last week and began slowly drifting into the Arctic Ocean. The piece has been a part of the shelf for at least 3,000 years. Temperatures in large parts of the Arctic have risen much faster than the global average in the last few decades. The ice broke away from the shelf on Ward Hunt Island, a small island just off giant Ellesmere Island in one of the northernmost parts of Canada. Cracks had been earlier found on Ward Hunt, and more could go this summer. It was the largest fracture of its kind since the nearby Isles ice shelf, which measured 25 square miles, broke away in 2005. Researchers and scientists had earlier identified deep cracks in the Ward Hunt ice shelf, which measures approximately 155 square miles. The shelf is one of 5 along Ellesmere Island in the northern Arctic. Because the break-off occurred between 2 large parallel cracks, they're thinking more could go this summer before the freeze sets in. More could be a piece as large as the Isles ice shelf, or larger. Ellesmere Island was once home to a single enormous ice shelf totaling around 3,500 square miles. All that is left of that shelf today are 5 much smaller shelves that together cover approximately 400 square miles. Melting ice shelves alone don't raise sea levels because they are already in the water, but their demise can speed up retreating glaciers, which do and will raise sea levels significantly, rapidly. Sea ice, glaciers, also shrinking fast. The break-off is consistent with other changes we've seen in the area, such as the reduction in the amount of sea ice, the retreat of the glaciers, and the breakup of other ice shelves. One likely reason for the shelf breaking away was a strong wind from the south. Warwick Vincent, director of the Center for Northern Studies at Laval University in Quebec, said much of the remaining Ward Hunt ice shelf is now in a very vulnerable state. It underscores the fact that each year we're now crossing new thresholds in environmental change in the high Arctic. Each year it gets worse. And of course our concern in the longer term is that these may signal the onset of extremely serious change at all latitudes, much further to the south, for example. Derek Muller, an Arctic ice shelf specialist at Trent University in Ontario, said he was concerned by the rapid pace of changes in the high Arctic over just the last few years. It's a bit of a wake-up call for those people who aren't yet affected by climate change, but there are places on Earth that are, and the same could be true for them. All these people, if you fast forward just merely a decade or 2 or 3, no longer in balance, The Earth's ecosystem is no longer in balance. And yes, it's a very delicate balance. This is what's going on in the world today on planet Earth. Climate change is real, and it's picking up pace rapidly, faster than most people can even realize, faster than people can even imagine, because not everything is understood about how climate works on the planet Earth yet. There's a lot that we don't know. That part's the scary part too. Mueller initially estimated that 1.5 square miles of ice had broken off the shelf, but increased that figure to 8 square miles after studying the data more closely. Whatever has kept this ice shelf in balance for 3,000 years is no longer keeping it in balance. All systems are becoming broken. Saying he too would not be surprised to see more ice breaking away from the Ward Hunt shelf this year. The ice shelves, which contained unique ecosystems that had yet to be studied, would not be replaced because they took so long to form. Yes, those are now gone too. People of the planet Earth, the climate is changing very rapidly. We are losing things, and nothing's really changing. Not really that much is being done to reverse it. No, humans are not really reversing climate change. No, they're constantly adding to it. Every day, more carbon dioxide is put into the air. More of it, faster and faster. Increasing carbon dioxide being put into the atmosphere, which in turn makes the oceans acidic, more acidic. Raises the pH, which in turn, well, eventually, actually quite rapidly, in a very short time, can kill everything in the ocean and all life in it. As the health of the ocean goes, so goes the health of the whole planet Earth. If the oceans die, so does the Earth. The Earth is a living being in some kind of way, in a sense, in essence, and it has become sick, and people are the disease. Actually, people were given dominion over the earth by the living God, God Almighty, to protect, to hold, and to keep, and to cherish, to take care of. But at this point in time in mankind's history, it's not happening, is it? No, humankind in general continues to make the earth sick, to hurt the planet Earth. Anyway, these are more signs, end times, transition days. This all leads to why. The why. Yes, this is the why. That God, the angels, beings of light, and Jesus Christ will be coming back very soon. We're coming back to help us save the planet, or just to save the planet for the future generations. It's for the kids. And yes, these are more signs, and there are many.